All right, everybody, 9:35. So as we've been telling you, right, slick roads, poor visibility. You saw it just from our Empire camera, right? For those who have to be on the roads today, you obviously have to drive safe and smart.
Yeah, so given a few tips for motorists this morning is Robert Sinclair of AAA. So good morning, Robert. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Of course.
So here's the thing. If you head out and you run into issues, whether you stall out, you spin out, you have to have that safety net, right? In your trunk, all the gear, just in case that happens. Talk about that first.
Yes, the safety kit with the shovel and the blankets and the jumper cables and the non-clumping kitty litter. You need some abrasive in case you get stuck in ice and snow. And foodstuffs, flashlights, cell phones, any kind of communication device. Hopefully they're well charged. Before you get out on the road, it's good to have that safety kit with you. Very important.
Yeah, you know, Robert, I saw somebody out there this morning as I was heading into work this morning. He had spun out and then kind of went into a ditch. And I rolled down the window and said, "You okay?" He said, "I'm okay, just can't get the car out." What's the advice for folks that some folks have to drive to work, right? First responders, so on and so forth. If you get caught in a situation like that, is there something you're supposed to do? Not hit on the brake, whatever you may do to avoid spinning out?
Well, the best thing is to keep your speed down. Most important, posted speed limits are for ideal conditions, and many speed limits around our area are 25, 30 miles per hour. So you have to go even slower than that.
Yeah.
You have to kind of have the attitude that you're out for a Sunday stroll or something like that in your vehicle, and take it very, very slowly. Leave lots of room between your vehicle and the vehicle in front of you. Pay particular attention to going into turns. Lower your speed, then be very gentle with the gas and the brake. Don't hit the gas hard. That'll lead to tire spinning and loss of control. And in the turns, if you start to lose control, come off the gas gently. You don't necessarily want to jam on the brakes because that can upset the balance of the vehicle and lead to a further loss control. And you want to look and steer in the direction that you want to go in. Lots of testing has shown that no matter what kind of drivetrain you have, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, look in the direction that you want to go, steer in that direction, and you should be able to recover.
All right, let's say you do spin out, whether you go off the road or you end up in the middle of the roadway. What do we do then? Because a lot of people might think, okay, I ran off the side of the road. Now I got to get out of my car, make sure everything's okay. What are we supposed to do to make sure that we stay safe?
Not necessarily getting out of the vehicle because you're in slippery conditions. You've already skidded off the road. Someone else could do that. And if you're out on the road, you're unprotected. You've got flesh and bone going up against sliding metals. Stay in the vehicle if it's safe to do so. The vehicle has lots of safety systems, crash protection, those crumple zones and all those kind of things. I don't necessarily want to be out on the road when you have had a problem, and call for help. Stay with that vehicle, and it'll protect you. But again, the best thing is to not let these things happen in the first place. Hopefully your tires are in good shape, that they are properly inflated, you have sufficient tread depth to give you traction. You know, it's been a couple of years since we've done this. I'm worried that a lot of people are out of practice. We forgot how to deal with these conditions. Hopefully these reminders will help.
And forgot, look at
How to drive. And
forgot how to drive. People, they hit the gas pedal way. I saw people flying down the highway this morning. I was like, what are we doing? Go ahead, Robert.
I was just going to say it's very important before you get in the vehicle to clear it completely.
Thank you.
That's so annoying. Right?
We clear the glass, hopefully, but you have to clear the roof, the trunk, the hood, all those things. And there are laws in our region that say that you can be cited if your vehicle is not completely cleared of ice and snow. It can blow off and blind another driver. I've heard about chunks of ice flying off and actually killing people when they went through their windshield. Be careful around tall trucks. There might be snow and ice on top of them, and it can blow off. And be careful around the plows. I had an opportunity to ride in a snowplow one time, and it's very high up. You cannot see the things that are close to you. Vehicles and particularly pedestrians, so give them lots of room so they can do their job and clear the road. Stay well behind them.
Yes, please.
You probably haven't had this many calls, though, right? I mean, AAA is going to get a lot of calls today. It's been a while.
Generally, it's the cold weather that gives us a lot of calls. That leaves the batteries going dead, and they lose their power. They lose 60% of power when it gets down near freezing. I'm sorry, lose 30% of power at freezing and 60% of power near zero. So we're near freezing. Batteries are still going to be weak. We'll probably get calls for that. But the snow and ice, Not so much unless someone has slid off the road, as you mentioned earlier. That's called an extrication, and we will winch people back onto the road. We do not dig you out of snow. You're gonna have to do
Is
that.
it a
yourself.
myth,
really?
Robert? Is it a myth that the gas, if you're closer to empty and freezing temperatures, it'll freeze over? Is it a myth?
It's not the gas that freezes, it's the moisture-laden air. Any moisture that's in the air that's in the tank. That's why it's always recommended in cold conditions to keep your vehicle as full as possible.
That
That's
moisture-laden
very
air.
important. Yeah,
That
moisture-laden
darn
air.
moisture-laden air.
We've
All
got
right.
a lot of that today. Also, with the winds, with the wind gusts, as Byron was talking about,
Yeah.
I'd be careful parking near tall objects.
Oh, yes.
Ah.
Trees, they get heavy with the snow. This is a wet snow. The wind comes along. Might not have to be that strong to blow the tree over.
right.
Light poles, cell phone poles, those kind of things. Stay away from them.
All
Great
right.
reminders, Robert.
Good stuff. We always love when you come and join us. Good to see you
Oh,
today.
thank
You
you.
for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. Everyone, be safe.
Yes.
You
of
too.
course.